I'm going to tell you a really uncomfortable truth. You're working too much. You work too much. You work on the wrong things, and you have this excuse of, whoa, like I am working, right? So I'm comfortable being stuck. And it's a mental trap which you have created for yourself, and that's why you can't scale because you're not doing selective work. When you are working, right? Let's say you're making 5 grand, you're making 20K a month, whatever you're making, in those moments I understand that yes, you will have, you will have to do everything because you don't know what to do or what to have, and like even how to hire. Even me myself, this was like me also like hitting 20K months, doing all that stuff. I've been in your shoes. Now, the issue that comes around which annoys people is that they want to take this same mindset, this trench mentality, which I like to call being in the trenches, doing all that stuff, to scaling to 50K or 100K. That's not what's going to happen. The reason why even I'm in kind of the situation, even though I've scaled past this and scaled down to this and I'm going in between it, is because I'm trying to learn content. I will not hire someone until I don't know what's working. And this is the reason why we don't hire until we're doing 20K a month, because you don't know what's work. It's why do you have people on a payroll if you don't know what your next move is going to be? Or you don't know what to do next, or you don't know how to fulfill clients. Like, those are your responsibilities, which you have to take in mind, right? But I'm going to tell you, for someone who has skilled people to, 50K, 100K a month, work with seven and 8 figure businesses, I'm going to tell you all about it and what I've seen being on the other side of you buying those products. So, first, get good at hiring and solve the best problem you can solve greatly. This is a really point I want to make emphasis on, because a lot of people, a lot of us, who our ego gets in the way, right? We're thinking like, oh, we need to be the best, and like, oh, we're gonna micromanage people. They don't know what they're doing. It's my baby, it's my business. But why did you hire them, right? You hired them because they are the best at it. So why not let them do what they can do the best, right? And you work on what you're good. What happens is that we start to give these people bad directions. We start to, belittle their work because they're not doing the work that we kind of want to do. Because sometimes you good at something which you maybe not like as much. And that's the reality. We can't babysit that around. And you have to come be in truth with it. Because a lot of people I see, they will constantly hit up their people, they will hit up their VAs, they will hit up their people. I'm like, why? Like, you hired that person, he's competent, he has shown his results. And of course, if you hired the first best person in the first place, if you have not hired a best person, then of course none of this matters. But the point I'm trying to make is that if you have hired the best person, if he or she does the best work, then why are you not letting them work? Don't let your ego get in the way and do what works best for you. And that's how you can move out of the business. And the second part, which makes people kind of like, huh, is touching grass. The reason why I'm telling you this is because what do you have you seen in the market? Ask yourself, what am I seeing over and over again? The same stuff, the same examples, carbon copy of each other. But if you have real life experiences, if you're out there going, like even this image in and of itself is, premium. This is not me, by the way. I just took it off. But the point is that this person has something unique. He's actually going out in the real world. That's what people kind of crave. You have lived the lives. Your examples, your experience would be so unique that you will just stand out by example. I went to Miami and I did this. Like, you will hear 10 people say this. No, I went to Vegas and I did this. I went here and I did that. I went to Yemen and I did X, Y, and Z. I went to some country. Like, those experiences will make people like, wait, this guy is different, right? And I love working and becoming really attached to something, right? That's why I'm able to mush information. So like, you can do this if you are like, if you have like the same mind as me, because I don't really go out. Like, if I'm gonna be honest, I've traveled, I do a bunch of stuff. The reason is because I just love working. I'm a workaholic, and I want to like hit a mark before I, go off and more make the system more systemized. I want to get this content thing down, really, really dialed in. But the point is that I'm able to mesh information, so I can watch a video on how to write cold emails, and I can also then use references from the lyrics of a song to do that. I can talk about LTV and give people boxing examples in there. I can mush things and mush my experiences around. Now, I know most people won't have this ability, but if you do, if you are able to take two concepts and make them, like relate to each other and make examples which are good, you can do that, right? And this is the same thing. And if you don't have this, You need to have life experience. And one more thing, and this is the same thing which I was going to talk about, which is like stop having titles. The high ROI, I'm going to tell you what's high ROI, is a scam, because high ROI changes from time to time. As your business will scale, you will have different problems, right? Depending on the needs of the best and the business, like what's the best problem we can solve, and not what the job title is saying. I'm the CEO, I can't send emails, right? Like, look at Elon Musk. He is a billionaire. He's the richest man in the world. He works at SpaceX. He works in the factory. He has done that work. Of course, he has employees. Of course, he's doing all that work. But still, he's in the process with the people because he knows that's the best decision. And the same thing, I know people running massive companies when I work with. I still people that I even know, and they're sending out emails because it they're doing what has to be done. Now, of course, you have other stuff in the people doing, other work, but email is the issue. So that is the highest ROI issue. That is the CEO problem. I know of, I'm not gonna say names, but they don't. There's a guy who don't even have job titles. Like if you say my job title XYZ, they'll fire you because they want to work on the best problems and what the business requires, and you being flexible enough to get there. So work on the problem that will yield to money, that will yield to result. Doesn't matter what happens. I've seen this time and time again. Oh, I can't do setting. Oh, why can't you do setting? Oh, because it's a lower ROI task. But whoa. You are making 50K a month right now, and what's stopping you from 100 is your setting process, and you don't know how to set at all, or you know little about it. Why not dial that in? Why not get training? Why not train yourselves to do better? Why not learn how to manage them? Oh no, because like people get so much like caught up in these titles that it will, the person who's able to do all the work will take you. That's why people say, like AI is coming, AI will take it, because AI don't have these things, right? That's why people are going for AI in a more like general manner, because they don't have attitudes, they don't have no AI will do the work what's required, and you have to be the same way. So whatever is holding your business back, whether it's content, whether it's closing, whether it's setting, you need to look at that problem and obsess over it, because that's what's stopping you. Not making another reel will fix your business. If setting is your problem, you do setting, and that's the main difference. And this is what creates people from like being best the best, and just like creating that massive gap in the market itself. And this is another thing, and you need to have this mindset when you start doing this work. So what happens with most people, what happens with my clients, is that they're not able to handle all of it. They see that because they're refining, because they're getting better at their business, they stop closing the bad clients, they stop closing the bad leads, because they just want to get that extra credit. More will come. Stop being so obsessed with that number. Stop putting it on a pedestal, and do what's required. See, okay, I do not want to take this client because in the long term it will hurt me, right? This will lead to more stress. And the more you stress about the bad clients, the worse the service gets for the good clients, because you're stressed. You're not giving your 100%. So is it fair to the people who are good, who are doing the job, who are working, putting all this up, and you're just sitting there stressed about this bad client who's nagging you all day and you're not serving them? You have to sit there and make this decision, right? This is why I think Daniel made a video on, which was like, I had some deals which I said no to, which could have made me millions. I had a gut feeling it was wrong, and he made that entire post. People liked it, but you have to be the same way. If your gut is saying that this guy is not good for my business, or there's going to be some issues, if I'm going to work with this guy, leave them. They will come, because the open mind, the thinking which you will have, will yield to you having more results. And this is another thing which will less, this is me all trying to less your work, which is you treat clients not equally. I said it. But the point is that the people who perform and listens the most, the good clients, give them perks. This is how you will make your whole community finer. Because if this person, these three people, right? Let's say they're all doing, this guy does 80% of the work, right? And this guy does 10% and 10%. And they're both getting treated the same way. Is that fair at all? If this guy is sitting there, putting in all the hours, he's doing all the work, he's getting out there, and you're not giving him what's required, is it a justification? Is it justice for him? No. And the reason is why is because this guy is doing 8x the work of these other people. And this is what you have to make sense all of the time. This is what you have to look into, because this is how you get from a position where you're working too much. And this is all about what? Scaling is not adding. This is what I want to say in the end. Scaling is not adding. Scaling is reducing and refining. And that's what the entire process needs to look like for you as well. What happens is that we think, oh, more money, more problems, more. If we do more volume, this will get up. But can we not refine? Because when you scale in the start, you don't have that much perspective on business. I didn't have it. Nobody does. But if you can sit there with yourself and be honest and be like, okay, you know what, I'm doing this wrong. This needs to get fixed. And we can work on this process and make the SOPs, make the business more systemized. And the reason why I'm going to drop another one, like a full detailed guide, is because first of all, I want to understand this mindset. I want to instill this in you. So like, you're not this guy who is doing all the trench work. Even myself, I'm kind of like, how can I make SOPs? How can I go and automate these builds? How can I sit there and do that? I'm constantly thinking about that. Because if I want to add the skill, if I want to make my business not work just because of me, I have to think this way, and you should too. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.